Gimel. Ach keitzad yavo lebechinas tshuva zu. However, how does someone come to this kind of tshuva? Hine ksiv beHosea simin yud aleph aleph. So it says in Hosea, Ki na'ar Yisrael va'ohavehu, that Yisrael is a child and I love him. Mimitzrayim karasi livni, and from Egypt I have called my son. V'ha'inyan, and the concept is Kemosh anu roim al derech mashol, just like we see, for example, Ben Na'ar, a Tel Aviv, a young boy by his father, shekals man shemar elo aviv ahavaso mekarvehu, that as long as the father is showing him love and draws him close, with a greater love and preciousness, misra hev benafsho lasos kol ma shilibo chafetz mimili dishtusa neged ratzon aviv. So the child feels the right in his soul, the ability in his soul to do whatever his heart wants of all kinds of silliness against the will of the father. Va'afim aviv moche biyado einu mashkiach. And even if the father says, don't do that, he doesn't listen to him. V'ino shomea bekolo, and doesn't listen to his voice. Rakim aviv goer bo v'dochehu chutz lebeso. Only if the father yells at him and pushes him out of the house and so forth, aviv gavna, and says things like, I'm not your father, and the like, as I misorah miskale avasa ben Tel Aviv, then is awakened and revealed the love of the son to the father, piskalus libo, in a revealed state in the heart. It's awake b'mar nafsho, and he cries out with his bitter soul that he does not want to be separated from his father in any way. And how much more so if he's not called in the name of his father. If he's not called his father anymore, which is not the case when the son is with the father. So the love is then a hidden, but when the son is with the father and the father shows the love, so the love then is in a hidden state by the son, because of the how small the intellect of the child is, that he doesn't grasp like the adult who has a stronger level of intellect, and listens to the voice of his father while he's still with him, and close quarters. And so too it is with the love of Israel to the omnipresent may be blessed, that's hidden in the heart of each and every one of Israel. It does not come out to a state, a revealed state, from the hidden inside of us, when we are like a child. That is, when we have a smallness of intellect, when the intellect is in its a lower state. Like it's brought in Medrash Rabbah about about Yosef when it says that he was a nar, that he would do deeds of young men, of childish deeds, play with his eyes and so forth. Rakim yasim elav libo, only if a person will place their heart upon themselves, visponen b'sichlo, and contemplate in their mind, how they are far away from Hashem in a complete way, and their soul is pushed outside. How and in each person's soul, when they look into and measure themselves, they can find the faults that are in them. Each one according to their measure. That for that action, they would not let the person go into the past the mechitza of the Holy One Blessed be He, to be together with Hashem. That will cause the love that's hidden to come out into a revealed state in the heart. In a stronger way, and you'll call out to Hashem from your pain, and your soul will desire with a great love to be nullified and included within His light. May be blessed, because you do not want to be separate, God forbid, from Him. Look what's brought in Midrash Rabbah on the verse, that someone who holds back the staff of rebuke hates their child and so forth. Vayim berabos of Parshas Mitzorah b'Yerushalayim lo kiyamtem mitzvah ziv v'chulu. And look what's brought in Rabos Mitzorah, that in Yerushalayim you weren't careful about the mitzvah of the Tara of the Ziba and so forth. Al osasha Omer kulach yafachulu. On that hour and so forth, it says that you're all beautiful, and so when they go into exile and they call out and they realize that they're being far away from their father, so that's when they call out. And this is what Zechariah says. Now here's this beautiful golden. There's this complete golden menorah, that they merited this concept specifically through the exile of Bavel. Like it says in Medrash Rabbah, that this is the gift that you should give them, that I guess the different metals that were given to the Mishkan correspond to the different exiles, and the gold refers to Bavel, I guess simply because by Nebuchadnezzar it says in his dream Antu Reisha Dava that he was the golden head, but so I guess it corresponds with gold. But here we're saying that the concept of gold is like the Menorah Zahav Kula, because specifically in exile, that's when we call out to our Father and we realize that we love Him in a revealed way, so that's when it's golden. Ki Yisrael nikrau banim lamakom, because Yisrael are called sons to the omnipresent. V'zeu miMitzrayim karasi livni, and this is what it says, that from Egypt I called to my son. Shemach mas bechinas mitzarim, or Mitzrayim, that because the concept of the Egypt, the concept shu meitzar v'katnus haseichel, which is the boundary and the small level of intellect, and how small the intellect is. Nireis lios b'ni, that's when he's seen to be my son. That from the boundaries, mi Mitzrayim karasi livni, that's when I called my son. Kavas ben el ha'av, like the love of the son to the father. Mach mashisavlu shama galus, that because they've had to deal with the exile there. And through this, you reveal a greater love above from the exile. And you can understand this according to what it says in the Biur Zohar and Korach, Mamer Sham Daf Kufayin Chesamud Beis, to who the Atika. It says further, this is Atik al Maila Dinachulu, that if it wasn't for judgment, that this is the concept of a piece of wood that the fire won't catch onto. You break it up, you hit it, a small ducha, that through the concept of the left pushing away, you can lift up from the complete lowliness. Which is not what you can accomplish when the right hand is drawn close. And look what it says in Tisa, Parshas Kisisa, on the verse that his left hand is under my head. That specifically through the left hand pushing away, that he had in the beginning. That you'll be able to lift up your head to come to with all of your might. So that's small tachas l'roshi v'yaminu tichabekeni. So that's specific. Why is small tachas l'roshi? That through the left that pushes away, you have in a siyas rosh, you lift up the head, because the left and pushing away can cause a greater elevation. Look what's brought there about the mighty waters can't extinguish the love and so forth. That specifically through the turbulent waters, you have a greater love. And a first glance with this explanation of that Israel is a young man, a child, it seems to imply in the Midrashim exactly the opposite. That there you can greaten the love in a greater way than when he's a child, than when he's an adult. That a child's love is I guess simpler and stronger than an adult's love. And here we're saying the opposite, that the child, because he feels the comfort and the closeness to the father, so he doesn't show his love. Parshas Shoftim, Dafresh Tzadikei, Parshas Naso, Parshas Beis, Dafresh Zainam Amudaled, V'zor Chelik Beis of Parshas Bo, Mem Gimel Amud Aleph, Perush Kinar Yisrael, Hainu Yisrael Zuta, Shuhu Zeranpin, Val Yisrael Saba, Shubechinas Chachma, Shubo Ha'aras Atik, Anekra Saba Atik Yom and Chulu. That it says there that what is Nar Yisrael? That is Yisrael Zuta. That's the lower Yisrael, which is their Anpin, Aval Yisrael Saba, but Yisrael, the grandfather, which is a different concept of Yisrael. That's the concept of Chachma. That's where you have the level of Atik, of Keser shines, which is called the grandfather Atik Yomin, the ancient one, the old one. So that's why that's Saba, because Atik shines in into it. That's the level of Chachma. That's Yisrael Saba. So when we say not Israel, which Israel are we talking about? Are we talking about Yisrael Saba, Yisrael Zuta? V'chein kaza b'Parshas Vayakel dafresh tezayin. Suf Amud Aleph Shema Yisrael, Yisrael Saba, that it says, listen Yisrael, which is Yisrael Saba. When we say Shema Yisrael, who are we talking to? We're talking to the older Yisrael, the higher level. Begin the Is Zuta Kina Yisrael Chulu, because there's another level of Yisrael, the lower, the young Yisrael, Nar Yisrael, that the Zohar points out in Vayak, and so forth. And according to what it says in the Mamer Yonasi, we can say that these are two concepts that are in the soul. That the first one, its root and source is above. That it only encompasses upon the soul that's included in the body. That's what's called the older Yisrael. And the soul, as it's included in the body, that's what's called the smaller Yisrael, the younger Yisrael, the one that's in the body. So similar to the idea of Chochmah, as being a hashra of a makif, of atik, of keser, and the ziranpin is the or pnimi. So when we say Shema Yisrael, we're talking to the neshama of, according to Vayakil, we're saying that we're talking to the higher level of the neshama the beyond the body. Shema Yisrael, listen. And so when through the Kriya Shema and the Tefillah, so we draw the neshama that's in the body to its source and root. Shema Yisrael, Yisrael Sabachula, and that's why we say, listen Yisrael. It refers to the older Yisrael, meaning to say that we're elevating the level of Yisrael to its that's in the body to the higher Yisrael. We're saying, listen, and I guess Yisrael that's Zuta to come to and be elevated to Yisrael Saba. But he still doesn't explain the question that he brought up l'cha'ora of why these other midrashim seem to imply that when he's older he has this greater love, and maybe that's what he's implying here with these two bechinas in Yisrael, that there is a concept of love of that you are able to achieve through being an adult, like I guess when Shema Yisrael, when you're elevated to from the child's love of the father to the adult's love of the father through Shema Yisrael, that's when you achieve Ahavta. So that's why Shema Yisrael is specifically the adult Yisrael, Yisrael Saba, because you're elevating Yisrael Zuta to Yisrael Saba.